Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the TT eSports Weekly Dota 2 Tournament number 13. Powered by Adrets, brought to you today by me, Kanaz. I'm going to be bringing you this first game of the day that we're going to be actually covering. Of course, lots of games going on simultaneously in this tournament. It's a day cup. We have about, I believe, 20 or so teams participating today. This is going to be, I was told, RO16 going up against a team that doesn't have a name. They are a Swedish stack. Featuring Not-Hacks, we have Dubas in there. I believe they're going under Rainbowninjas right now as their team name. So we'll see how it ends up going for them, but we're already getting pretty far underway in this draft. Both teams going pretty quickly to start things off the first ban phase. It's going to go Wisp Lifestealer for Rainbowninjas on the Radiant, who had first pick. Batrider, Magnus, going to be the follow-up from the Somalian brothers on the Dire. And I believe I was told that was Orox. They're Lone Druid, first pick, coming out from Rainbowninjas. So I'm going to just start off with the Bearman himself. Pretty strong hero in his own right, and of course, can lane in a variety of ways, so keeps you pretty open. You know he's going to want to be a core, he's going to want to hear who's farming, get items up on that bear. But you don't have to put him in really a very aggressive position, or a very defensive position. He can kind of move around. Maybe end up solo off lane, he can abandon, try and be in the jungle. He can even mid if he really needs to. And even from time to time we see him as like a safe lane farmer with a tri-lane around him. Somalian brothers, Dire, going to choose to pick up Juggernaut Tinker with their first two picks, so already starting it off with a lot of farming heroes with those two. And then they finish off their first pick phase with a Naga Siren. So showing what are presumably 3 cores, though Naga could be a support in lane. We've seen it a couple times, and with a Juggernaut, especially if they decide to lane it with those two together in some sort of dual or tri-lane. Net is a pretty long disable, and you can just sit there and spin on them with the Blade Fury from Juggernaut for quite some time, do a lot of damage, and probably take heroes down. Tinker, that can farm in a variety of ways as well. He can go in the mid lane, we've seen him safely farm quite a bit lately, and of course he can end up off lane just stacking those ancients, and then marching the machines, bring them down, try and catch up after having probably not the best time in that off lane situation. Lina, Bane, going to be final 2 picks that first pick phase for Rainbowninjas on the Radiant. So picking up 2 supports that work well together. Bane uses the sleep to set up the Light Strike array. Of course, most very organized teams will try and remove that sleep immediately to try and save their ally. A lot of times you could still land Light Strike array if you're fast enough. And just a pretty potent support duo. Of course, the Bane ultimate also goes through Juggernaut's Blade Fury. So if he ever wants to catch the Juggernaut that way, he can try and set up the kills as such. Second ban phase, I'm going to get underway here now. Radiant team, they're deciding to ban out Keeper Light, Nyx Assassin. Let's go with supports, maybe see something like Rubik next. Not a ton of great spells to steal for Rubik yet. Bane, his ultimate really easy to take because it's channeling. You can just sit there doing it and Rubik will be like, oh, look, that guy's channeling Fiend's Grip, I'll just take it. And then, of course, no one's ever really expecting the Fiend's Grip from Rubik just coming out. I think it's one of the strongest points of Rubik. You never really expect him to have any of the spells he has, and then he does. He catches you with them. Clockwork, the first ban coming out from the Dire. Haven't seen anything else popping out yet.
Radiant team ban.
So, waiting to see exactly what else we're going to have banned out. They eventually go Queen of Pain, and then a Chen comes out as the final ban from Rainbowninjas, so they just keep taking out supports. And Gyrocopter the final for Somalian brothers. Immediately, Skywrath Mage going to be picked up by Rainbowninjas on the Radiant, so it looks like we'll probably be seeing Skywrath in that middle lane role. Just with Bane and Lina already picked up, we do see a lot of Skywrath as a support, but probably not going to see it here. I think I favor him in the mid lane a little bit to the Lina, to the Bane. The levels do a little bit more on him, the farm does a little bit more. So looking to see that, and it might be a matchup against a Tinker which is a pretty decent matchup for Skyrim, I think. They're probably going to trade a lot of harass, and we'll see. It might just come down to player skill, who really can take control of that lane. Laser, of course, great for preventing last hits from the Skyrim mage. But Arcane Bolt's so spammable, does quite a bit of damage. He can just try and keep that Tinker completely out of lane. Undying comes out from Somalian Brothers, so that's one of their supports. It's a pretty aggressive tri-lane, it looks like. Especially if they go like Naga, Undying, Juggernaut. Let's see what their last pickup is. They could safe lane solo the Tinker at that point, run the aggressive tri, Naga, Undying, Juggernaut. Just grab a mid hero, or they could grab a different hero, just safe lane solo. Anti-Mage is the final pick to round out the lineup from Rainbowninjas, so it looks like they're going to be running the defensive tri-lane, Bane, Lina, Anti-Mage. Create a little bit of space for Anti-Mage if they need it, but otherwise those supports are a pretty good roaming pair. So looking to make their way around the map, and Dazzle the final pickup, so it looks like Naga will be a solo, or Juggernaut will be a solo. We'll see which one they prefer as we get into the game. And I will turn my Dota TV mic on, even though
prepare for battle.
I don't think it's gonna matter. Okay. Great. So, gonna get underway now. Their side. It's the Somalian Brothers. I'm told it's Aurox, not a Hex, commenting on it as well. Looks like Panther Spot gonna be in the Tinker. He's taking up the mid lane at the moment. We have Muke on the Dazzle up in the top lane with Mugga Reptide on the Naga Siren. Jesus. And bottom lane, it looks like it's going to be Reason on the Juggernaut with Moonfall on the Undying. They're already going on Odie. Did he not get Blink level? And he got Mana Burn, Mana Break. He's going to heal up, but lost a lot of health already. Not enough mana for another Blade Fury up on Region. It was on the Juggernaut. So he's not going to be able to do too much for now. He's going to get a Clarity from the Undying. Get it back. Up to full. I'm going to drop the ward.
Begins.
Meanwhile, Radiant side, Rainbowninjas, we have Dubas and Lina Tossi. On the Bane, looks like they're probably going to be moving around quite a bit here. Odie is going to be on the Anti-Mage, and that bottom lane. Mid lane is going to be Not a Hax playing the Skywrath Mage. And finally, top lane, we're going to have Mega on the Lone Druid, who appears to already be stealing a creep wave. And Dazzle, not the best hero for preventing that, so it's just going to get away. Even if he has level 1 net on Naga, it's not going to be particularly good. And actually went with Riptide at level 1, somewhat surprisingly. Anyway, he's going to try and secure his farm best he can. And I knew this was coming, and I just did nothing. Wanted to check bottom lane and see how Mage was doing. Ends up missing first blood, Skywrath Mage. Gets it in the mid lane on Tinker. That's a good setup. I think this matchup already kind of favors Skywrath Mage. There's a lot of burst that can come off from Tinker, but the harass over time from Skywrath is pretty powerful, and it's going to keep Tinker always on the back foot. And the support's going for gank number 2. There's a sleep. Not a Hex gonna lose his life, actually. They eventually get to kill Bane getting the last hit, but Tinker turns it around. The laser on Skywrath Mage kills him off before the last hit. Moonfall getting some damage here. Dubas gonna get away momentarily, but it looks like he's going to die unless Tossi body blocks. He gets the body block off. Trying to keep Moonfall back. He has to be careful though. He might lose his own life if he waits too long. Light Striker Ray is going to be there on Moonfall, and it looks like that should be it. He's quite fast, but not as fast as a Bane. Could keep up with the Lina if you wanted. Not a Hex chasing after the Undying now. Not having a good time. This guy has a lot of just decay stacks. Doing a lot of work. He's going to bottle up though. Needs to stay pretty close. There's another stack of decay. Really needs like one other hero to help him if he wants to keep going for this. Tinker going to be making his way here now. Tries to throw out the heat sinking missile, going to be a little too late. The slow's there. Nahex trying to go for it. And that's another kill for him. 2-1 now, the Skywrath Mage. Kind of a long, extended fight, but he does get another kill. Meantime, Bane sitting in the mid lane trying to leech up a little bit of experience until the Skywrath Mage gets back. Bottom lane, we see Lina made his way down their region. Absolutely no mana. Probably gonna try and evade the Slight Strike Raid. Dubas trying to get in position. But there is that ward, so I knew that Lina was trying to make a way around. And I'm gonna let Lina do a little reach around there. Top lane Muke. Dazzle. Chasing after this bear once again. Shadow Wave. Doing some decent damage, just physical damage, but bear hitting pretty hard already. Looks like he does have an Orb of Venom picked up. Gonna lose its life from that Riptide. Level 4 Naga. And to see if a resummon does. Expect to seeing him use it, and in fact, will. Bottom one of the two supports still trying to have a little bit of a zoning match with Regen, with Moonfall. The Juggernaut and Undying respectively. Trying to keep him out of the lane. And kind of just weird laning coming out from the Somalian brothers right now. You see a little bit wide double dual lanes aren't utilized too much anymore in this era of all tri-lanes all day. They're in this weird position where they're not really winning anything. Tossie is asleep, gonna deny himself actually. It's a good play by Bane, getting himself denied. Waste the time of those two heroes. Make sure that they don't really get anything for chasing the supports around him while they're doing that. Anyway, he's farming, leading the last hit score at the moment. And that's with Naga having a relatively easier lane to actually be last hitting against. It's the lone druid who doesn't have any denies, hasn't actually been doing all that much last hitting. But Naga just struggling to last hit under the tower, it looks like. Missing quite a few at this point. 3-2 that kill score now, in favor of the Radiant side. So looking like the Swedes playing pretty well at the moment. Ledger getting slowed up once again in the top lane, doing a lot of damage. The bear getting wrecked by all this physical damage up here though. There's quite a bit. The armor reduction from Riptide, and of course Poison Touch, Shadow Wave, both do physical damage. So he has to be somewhat careful. It looks like they're trying to gank in the mid lane. Parent Spot really low on HP. That is going to be his death. Tinker goes down. Double damage was popped by Skywrath to ensure that kill. I think he might have actually been able to get away. Shit, you're right. One of these days I'll remember for the first game of the day. Top lane Muke getting chased down. Looks like he's probably going to be perfectly fine. Dubas forced to back off for the moment. We have Moonfall making his way up there in the Undying as well. But in the meantime, Juggernaut goes down the bottom lane. 2 anti-mages. Level 7 anti-mage. Probably was 6 before that kill. Definitely was 6 before that kill. Use the ultimate. The Mana Void. Finish him off. Lina in the meantime got to salve up in this top lane. Try and set up another gank. Bear level 5 he is, so he has the chance for those roots. Gets one on Riptide there. Taking a lot of damage with his bear though. Dragon Slave comes through. Night Siren going to be forced back from that, doesn't want to take too much damage. And Moonfall did throw out that decay as well. Tossie going to make his way up as well as not a Hex. This could be their time. They have to make kind of a long wraparound. Tossie going to spot out Moonfall, doesn't get to sleep off in time though. And not a Hex going to be there. He has the ultimate. And the pause out from Anti-Mage. Nice, it's like, yo, that Naga. She's about to get hit by an arcane bolt. Be wary. So we'll see what's going to happen in this fight. It looks like maybe this Radiant side is overextending a little bit. Dubas already very low on HP. Probably going to take another hit from these Ursa's Hellbearers if they aren't careful. Can they get the kill? There is the Shadow Wave keeping alive for a moment. Riptide trying to survive. Nanahex needs one last attack. He's diving behind the tower. Now he's caught out. Bear going to be back there as well. Nanahex does get the kill. Going to bottle up, trying to stay alive for a moment. The Bear going to block his retreat path. They need to get out of the way now. It's going to be silence on Muke. He's low on HP. Nanahex being chased down, got hit by another decay charge. Just slow as there. Mega in trouble now. Light Strike Array going to help. Lena loses her life for that, and Nanahex going to go down as well. Double kill for Dazzle. In the meantime, Lone Druid does finish off and dying and gets Dazzle as well. So double kills being traded, but it ends up being a 3 for 2 trade in favor of the Radiant. Turning notes off between games.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Favoring that Radiant side, and of course Lone Druid got a double kill, didn't die, got a ton of experience out of that, and that helps keep him really secure in this lane. He's level 6 now, he has that ultimate for him. Probably really wants to be grabbing Tranquils, and it looks like he's making the way over there. And fortunately no one going to try and chase him down and get that kill, as he was quite low on HP, so Tranquil up. Once he gets some HP, probably swap to that ult farm. And try to sit relatively safe in lane from now on. Riptide going, there's the net. Lone Druid needs the ult now. There goes the ult farm. He's already taken a lot of damage, however, so he's really low on HP and he's going to lose his life. Mid lane Region trying to make a little bit of a wraparound here. It looks like, I don't know what he's going to try and do. He does have the Juggernaut ult. So he does a lot of damage, gets 2 hits on Nanahex, it's going to be his death, and at least Tossy to just die. So, double kill for Juggernaut Region. However, maybe a little fortunate of a Omni Slash bounce hitting twice on the slightly squishy Skywrath Mage, as well as the hero who probably would have been able to help foil the gank. Whereas the Bane just didn't have too much success. In the meantime, the top tower does go down. Megaport's in, actually. He doesn't have a bear resummon. I don't know why he did this. He's going to just lose his life. So Lone Druid just giving them a little bit more gold on the back of that kill. Riptide now. There's the Mystic Flare. A lot of damage. You just toss Arcane Bolt, and that's going to be the death of Riptide. In the meantime, Muke now caught on the other side of these two heroes. Nanahex doesn't have a ton of mana. There's going to be the Fiend's Grip. Guarantees that this will be the kill. Double kill for Skywrath Mage.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Quite likely he didn't actually need to utilize that spell, the Fiend's Grip there, but they do get the kill. They secure 2 more, and leaves it 10-8 in favor of the Radiant. Approaching 10 minutes in, let's take a peek at gold. See what's going on, 500-ish, maybe less, the gold lead in favor of the Radiant. They had a bunch, over 2k, they lost it all almost simultaneously with that tower, with those couple kills on Lone Druid and the double kill in the mid lane. Meanwhile, experience, it was dropping all the way back to about 1500 in favor of the Dire, now just sitting very, very close to even. Slight edge to the Radiant. So close game thus far. But in a close game, when the hero that's actually farming the most is Nanny Mage, it's kind of worrisome. Riptide, Moonfall pushing the mid lane. Lena's sitting here, trying to do her best. Tombstone going to be dropped, probably forced Dubas back. They need to kill the Tombstone very quickly if they want to defend this tower. These zombies are going to pile up. Not going to come out from Riptide. He's already silenced, taking quite a bit of damage. Dubas chasing. Only level 5, so no Laguna Blade yet. And they missed the deny at Catapult. Too strong. The strongest of catapults. Just outlast hitting 3 heroes. So a little bit of a mishap there with that deny. On the tier 1 mid, Oryx is going to get all that gold, and helps keep them pretty far ahead. Tinker sitting quite close to his Boots of Travel. Already has that Soul Ring as well, point in rearm. So he's going to be very mobile on this map momentarily. Mega porting out in this top tower. Looks like he's probably going to lose his bear for it. He's trying to get away. Can't kite long enough. Nope. Going to go down. All that armor reduction. Enough to just let the tower last it finish things off for him. And how long till he has a resummon? Only about 15 seconds. So it hurts, but only a little bit. And in the meantime, Animage left alone. It's about 800 gold off of the Battle Fury at this point. Already has treads as well. So he's not going the very, very greedy Battle Fury rush. He's a little bit more survivable, does more damage right now. And he will also have a much better time juggling right off the bat with this Battle Fury because he'll have the treads to start. So Image having a great time of it at the moment. Currently leading the CS score 80, 81, 30 ahead of Tinker, and he's in next. Naga just hasn't had as much success. She went for Soul Ring as well, 1500 gold beyond that. Not sure what her next pickup will be. It's possible to be something like Diffusal, maybe a Yasha into a Manta. We see a lot of options come out from Nagas, and we don't see her played that much anymore. I don't think I've ever seen Orox in particular run the Nagas, so I'm not sure how they favor. It used to be kind of a thing to get Radiance. I don't really expect to see that here. It's kind of the hard farming build. And Riptide hasn't really been farming that much as of yet. So it'll be a rather late Radiance, especially post Soul Ring and Treads. Probably goes for something a little bit more aggressive. Gink in the mid lane, looks like Parent Spot just going to go down. Mystic Flare going to be used for that. So now Hex gets the kill. Tony going to get slowed up by the Poison Touch. It's Tossy. Brain Saps up. Wants to survive. In the meantime, Lina throwing out the Light Strike Array and the Dragon Flare. Dubas almost had the kill, but Muke. No worries, Animage gives him the Mana Void. Gets a free kill in the mid lane. It looks like he wants to push this tower. Has the Battle Fury done now if he wants it. And it looks like he does. The courier already heading out to that secret shop. It's going to be about a 13-minute Battle Fury, 13 and a half by the time of getting it. Pretty quick time for post-Treads Battle Fury. Top tower does go down, Lone Druid gets it. Boots of Travel, Tinker ports in, trying to defend now, make sure the bear doesn't get any closer. Lone Druid walking around in range for him quite a bit. So he has no fear. And there goes Odie's Battle Fury. He's going to try and get ganked there. The net, he's going to dodge it with the blink. And finish off the last creep. So now they're not going to be successful with that particular gank. Bottom lane. Push coming into this tier 2 tower from the Dire side. Can they take it down? It's at full health at the moment. They don't have the greatest of pushing. They're going to pop the healing ward. Fortunately, the creep waves are even stolen behind the tower, so it's not really going to heal the creeps up too much. And it is only level 2 healing ward. Regen going to spin up, trying to kill off the next creep wave. Tower's at half HP. Are they going to commit? Nanahack's not here. Animage is here. And not the best fighter at the moment. Needs to be somewhat careful. And it looks like they're probably going to be forced to just give this tower up. Immediate ports back to the mid lane. Nanahack's. It's going to see Moonfile. So he's taking a lot of damage. Mystic Flare going to miss. But Moonfile should lose his life anyways. Nanahack's gets another kill. Immediately Invis bottles up. Image going to cut past the tower. He has the Battle Fury, clear off this creep wave. In the meantime, top lane. Mega getting chased back immediately will resummon his bear, head to the bottom lane to try and continue his farm. Punish spot is in the mid lane. Nanahax can't really go for this, especially since Muke, Riptide, they're there as well. He has the Animage for backup, but probably not the best backup, especially going into 3. And it looks like they're going to counter ward here. Drop in a sentry, kill the ward at the Radiant Ancients. They want to make sure that no stacking goes on and Animage isn't sitting there farming it too much. And if he is, they can try and punish. Regen heading to the mid lane from the bottom, so it looks like the next tier tower, 2 tower is going to be in the mid lane that Dire are going to target. We'll see if Rainbowninjas continue to do nothing about it. Lone Druid looks like he's just going to farm the bottom lane, Animage sitting at the top. They need to find a way to kill off this healing ward if they want to get this kill. Naga, Song of the Siren coming off. Zombie's going to build up. And Nanahax looks like he's probably going to be the first target trying to get away. He's slowed up. Riptide already taking a lot of damage. Brainstep going to finish him off. But double kill for Tinker in the meantime. Bane sitting on the side of the fight. The bear comes in. Animage is going to be there as well. Animage kills the courier. But he takes a lot of damage for it and he's going to lose his life. He gets the courier, but he ends up going down for it, which is probably less than ideal. Regen getting hit by a bear. In the meantime, Tossy going to sleep Muke. It looks like he's going to be able to get away. Bear getting spun on. Fiend's Grip's there. Once again, this Fiend's Grip that's like 1.5 times its actual range. Regen low on mana, low on HP. The Dragon Slave gonna be there. Regen, can he get away? The bears are chasing.
Dire's bottom tower is
He's
under
gonna get healed up for a moment. Moonfall gonna get caught by the roots. It looks like he'll be the one who ends up losing his life as a result of this. Dragon Slave's there. Brain Sap on Regen finishes him off. There's a sleep on Moonfall. Meantime, Muke's just going to port out there. Moonfall trying to stay alive. Tinker gonna port back in. He has to be somewhat careful. Tossy trying to give chase. He's not gonna be able to get to sleep in time. He has a couple seconds left. There's a zombie chasing him as well. Looks like the Tombstone did get killed off. 16-11 now that kill score. It's in favor of the Radiant. But Anti-Mage kind of threw his life away during that fight. Which is less than ideal. Level 11 in Skywrath Mage, so he just has that second point in Mystic Flare now. There's quite a bit of lockdown here on the Radiant side. Actually, it looks like Muke tried to go high ground there. Didn't know that there was a Skywrath Mage waiting and probably ate a Mystic Flare. Which does a lot of damage to support Dazzle. Can't see his max health while he's dead, but I imagine it's somewhere in the 900 range. Dove damage up on the Skywrath Mage. He's a Rod of Atos picked up as well. Tinker coming in. Yeah, definitely needs to be careful about that slow gonna come off. Hits on Moonfall, just does a little bit of damage. It kind of annoys him. It looks like Dubas probably gonna be forced back. Nihek's doing some damage to the Tinker. Probably not the ideal target since he's the most likely to be able to just heal it up. Odi gonna farm up in the bottom lanes, continue going for that Yasha. He has the gold for it now. It's not the fastest Yasha of all time. It looks like Tinker gonna move down here as well. Kind of rain on Anti-Mage's parade. Not a really good matchup for Anti-Mage at the moment, especially with all this bunch of machine spam. Oh, he can't really tank it up. Does quite a bit of damage to Tinker, but and Tinker going to try and port out. Odie keeping up with him for a moment, going to force him back. Makes him use bottle charges, waste some of his time, but that's an Anti-Mage ult expended for that, and he will just still teleport back to base. So, making Tinker waste a little bit of time, but doesn't really get the kill. Fortunately, Tinker boots a travel rather fast. Of course, sent that Force Staff as well. Dire Courier gonna respawn. Was on it at the time. Looks like nothing. I think it just delivered to Undying when it went down. Lina kills Tinker in the mid lane. Looks like there's probably a Laguna Blade for that, and the fact was Juggernaut gonna get a double kill here, finishing off Dubas, and in the meantime, Bane goes down as well. All four heroes. So they rotate everyone to the mid lane, they get the revenge kills off the Tinker. It ends up being a 3-for-1 trade in favor of the Dire. 18-14 that kill score now. Radiant still lead, but they're going to lose their tier 2 in the mid lane. They're going high ground. Split pushing coming out, Anti-Mage going for it in the bottom lane, Lone Druid up in the top lane. Trying to do whatever damage they can, but they can't really defend at the moment. It looks like Tinker going to port back in. The bear has made his way back. Not a Hex on Skywrath Mage, pinging away like, hey, we need to do something here. We're gonna lose our tier 3, and the tier 3 already very low on HP. It's gonna start losing its health. Are they gonna be able to get out alive? Riptide has that Song of the Siren, and is going to pop it. Here comes the initiation, it looks like. Bearman gonna be asleep. Odie possibly in some trouble as well. He's gonna blink away, but it's gonna be Lina who goes down immediately. The bear trying to do whatever damage he can, Mega getting chased down. He's gonna lose his life on the Lone Druid. Odie in the mid lane, he's going to kill off that Tombstone. Buyback's coming out, Regen. Does he have a Shadow Blade? He does have a Shadow Blade. Mystic Flare going to do pretty much nothing. Hits on absolutely nobody. Moonfall being chased by the Anti-Mage. He has enough mana for Blink in a couple seconds. Odie taking a lot of damage. Is he going to go down? Does lose his life. Chases to the high ground, has no sight, goes down. Meantime, looks like Regen gonna go down. Not a Hex in a lot of trouble as well. Looks like he'll lose his life. Buybacks coming out from everyone. The entire Radiant team is bought back at this point. They're on buyback lives. Can they afford to keep chasing if they lose any more? Their base has a mid lane racks exposed. They have no buybacks. Muke gonna be the first one to get caught. Bear gonna get netted. And gets pulled to him. Muke continuing to chase. And Lone Druid ends up finishing him off. So they get one revenge kill. They're going to go for the tier 1 in the mid lane as well. Should be able to take it down. Maybe he gets the last hit.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
But a lot of gold expended in that fight for the Rain. And it's just to hold barracks because the fight was very sloppy. They don't really have team fight. Not in the way the Dire do. Stuff like Silent Siren, Tombstone. March of the Machines, of course. Shadow Wave, Last Word from Dazzle, keeping people alive in these fights. Juggernaut just spinning and Omni Slashing, doing a ton of damage as well. Pretty hard for the Dire side to do too much. Or the Rain side, excuse me, to do too much. Regen Room getting bobbed by Nanahex in the upper river. 2019 at kill score, Rain still lead, but I think we'll see a little bit of a different story if we end up checking anywhere else out. Gold almost dead even, experience just slightly in favor of the Rain. And I think they need a little bit more of a gold lead than this. They have a hard farming anti-mage. He's got a ton of last hits. We see he's leading the net worth, but the rest of his team just doesn't really have anything going on. The low druid has picked up an armlet, but nothing up beyond that at the moment. 1800 gold. Don't know what he's going to be looking for next. Possibly someone like Basher. Maybe he just wants the Hyperstone. Could see a Maelstrom. Going for AC, probably a pretty good thing. He really needs the armor up. With how much negative armor can come out from this Dire side, especially with Weave. Dazzle will have these points in the ulti. He's got it level 2 now. So that can remove up to 18 armor and a big AoE. Which is pretty large when you have heroes like Naga doing a bunch of physical damage. Like the Juggernaut, who does quite a bit of physical damage. Dying, Tinker, they mostly do magic. Actually, I guess zombies from Tombstone would do physical damage. So I guess Undying does some physical damage as well. Now Heck's going to disconnect after pausing. So looks like he's having a little bit of an issue. Hopefully not too bad. And then we'll be able to continue on. In the meantime, we could look at the Dire items. We see Naga has Yasha, has Diffusal Blade. Nothing else really picked up on the Tinker. We saw that Shadow Blade come up from the Juggernaut. He used that in that most recent fight to do some damage. Current goal, he's got something saved up. 2100 on the anti-mage, so he's only about 900 away from that Manta style pickup. Should have it in the near future. Anti-mage, or Tinker rather, 1800 gold. Not sure what he wants next. You kind of imagine it's going to be a Scythe. It's so good against anti-mage. Especially it kind of just forces him to have to get a BKB if you have Scythe up on that Tinker. We're drawing like bubble question marks. Alright, now Heck's gonna reconnect. Gaspa. Okay, so we'll see what the Rain can do. They have a little, very, very, very small lead at the moment. It leaves them trying to figure out what they're going to be able to do because the team fight from the Dire side is so much stronger right now. They need the farm up. They need this farm advantage on heroes like Anti-Mage, like Lone Druid, if they really want to be able to keep taking fights in this game. And they're not going to be able to rely on 5-man buyout next time. And even if the fight takes long enough that they can afford to save up for 5-man buyout again, you're not getting that next set of items if you have to keep buying back just to survive. And Image is going to get in a fight with Riptide. Well, He's dead, is what he is. So apparently the Anti-Mage was AFK. Just gonna go down. Sung actually gets wasted there. They were trying to catch the port off from tossing on the Bane. They end up just wasting it. And the Bane gets out anyways. But Anti-Mage down for 45 seconds. Of course, no buyback. We saw he just used it. Parent Spot can get silenced up. He's gonna get away for the moment. Mystic Flare hasn't been dropped yet. The ult is there on Regen from the Bane, but not going to do too much of anything. Mega take a lot of damage. The ult from Juggernaut gets a double kill, finishes off the Skywrath and the Lina. Bear getting lasered up, taking a lot of damage. He's the only one left alive for the next 20-30 seconds. It's going to be at least one set of racks. They might just rotate bottom and go for another. I think they can. They have these Naga Illusions that do quite a bit of damage. They have that Juggernaut healing ward up. It's only for another 10 seconds. This won't last too long, but lasts long enough. Keeps everyone healthy. And tier 3's down. Anti-Mage is respawn now. It's coming in the fight, but unfortunately, looks like it's too late, and that mistake probably just cost them this game. It's gonna port in. Almost kills off Panther Spot. Odie gonna get away just barely on the Anti-Mage. Invisible, spinning. Juggernaut. Oh, that Shallow Grave keeps him alive for a moment. He's asleep. Meantime, Mute gonna try and put out, but that Mystic Flare is there. Now the Rain side way on the back foot. They do force them out of the fight, out of their base. 22-22 to kill score in favor of the Dire. But they're very, very far behind at this point. They've lost 1.5 sets of racks, with both mid and the melee in the bottom. So if they were going to make something happen, they need to do it now. And it looks like this is going to be the target. Our good friend, Mr. Roshan. Tinker didn't lay down the Marching Machines, trying to harass them back. All this is going on. Tombstone going to be dropped as well. All you're trying to do is best to do damage. There's the Riptide from the Naga Illusions. Dubas already really low on HP. The net's going to be there. Anti-Mage gets killed by Roshan. Mystic Flare going to finish off Undying, but Lina goes down to these Naga Illusions. Now Tossie getting diffused up. He's just going to die though. Double kill for the Naga Siren. And the Rain just going to be forced back. Roshan at quarter HP, third HP. Other Dire going to go for it. Looks like Riptide is heading in there. Can get up with illusions. Just make sure he doesn't attack click on him. So, all they do is end up helping the Dire get this Roshan down faster. Free Aegis. Juggernaut's going to be the choice for taking it, actually. Looks like Manta is the item of choice for this Naga Siren. Anti-Mage still 800 gold away from the Manta style. He's not even probably going to finish it before this game ends, unless they win a big fight here. Down 2 sets of racks. And expecting the Dire to move towards this top lane and try and set up the last tier 2. Remaining for the Rain on the map. Odie getting chased back by Solo and Dying. He knows there are other people around though. And in fact, there are other people around. It's going to be Regen chasing in. The Mystic Flare going to go in, does a lot of damage. Tombstone getting a drop. Maybe a little aggressively. Not a Hex. Gets put to sleep, keeps him alive for a moment, but so much physical damage. Odie going to go down as well. Riptide barely alive at the moment, but 3 kills now for the Dire side. In the end, back of the fight, Naga does go down. No buyback, it looks like. Just barely no buyback. Right here. Push continues though. 3 heroes down.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Many of them a little bit more powerful heroes. We see the barracks in the bottom lane going to be going down to the creep wave. No one from the Radiant can afford to go there and defend. Rangebacks do go down. Tier 3 taking a lot of damage. Regen still alive for the moment. Trying to keep that healing ward out of hands of the bear. They're trying to send in that bear just to trade for the healing wards. Region gonna get earned up as well. The weave gonna get dropped. These Dubots very low on armor. Has to be careful. As a result, melee Rex down the Tombstone, getting focused by the Radiant, but that's all they can hope to kill. Solar there, keep it alive for a moment. Rex gone. Region still alive. Fiend's Grip used as well. Well, they take the Aegis. Moonfall gonna go down with that ult from Anti-Mage. Stun comes up on Region. Off of the Aegis. Anti-Mage finishes his Manta. Yeah. Mute gets silenced up. He's gonna get killed by Hex. Bear gonna root up Region. Looks like he'll probably lose his life as well. The Song of the Siren coming in from Naga. Parent Spot trying to lay down as many Martial Machines as possible. Doing a pretty good job of it. Gonna be the death of Skywrath. Mage Tossing gonna lose his life as well. Mega already low on HP. The Bear gonna get finished off by the Tinker. Unfortunately, won't be able to get that kill. I think he wanted to die for it. Gets Laguna Bladed for that. Moonfall taking a lot of damage. He's gonna die. But this game gonna go to Dire. RX gonna take this first game. Was in the round of 8, so the quarterfinals of this weekly Dota 2 number 13. Sponsored by TT eSports, powered by Androids, and cast today by me, Kanaz. So, we'll be waiting for them to give it up here, then move on. We'll get to this next game. Don't know who we're going to be following yet, but RX putting in a somewhat impressive, I guess, victory here. It's a kind of close game. It's possible if Anti-Mage hadn't been AFK in the middle of their woods when they unpaused the game, Hank got caught out, maybe things go a little bit differently, but it was looking like the Radiant were starting to be in the back foot. Just a little bit too much team fight coming out from the Dire side. It didn't really look like the Radiant had any plans on how to fix it, except that hope Anti-Mage gets farmed. Thanks for coming, guys. We'll be back momentarily while we figure out what the next game's going to be. Stick around.